Yeah, very pleasant. Good afternoon to all the participants who have joined with us, and at the same time, Salamat Patang to Professor BALAKRISHNAN PARASURAMAN. Again, I'm wishing good evening in Malaya language to him. So, a warm welcome to all the participants who have joined with us, and for this international webinar, which has been organized by the Department of Business Administration of Geeta Jeevan Arts and Science College, Thuthukudi, Tamil Nadu State, India. Before getting into the program, I now request our beloved principal, ma'am, Dr. S. Malarkudi, to welcome the gathering. Please, ma'am.
It's okay, sir. Good afternoon to all of you, and good evening to you, sir. Because I think it is evening time at Malaysia, I think so.
Oh,
so
yeah,
evening,
5 o'clock now.
Yes,
now it's 5.
Yes,
Yeah, good evening.
Respected yes, sir. Learned Professor Dr. BALAKRISHNAN PARASURAMAN, sir. Dear professors
thank you.
and other students and other participants, I welcome. I take this opportunity as my privilege and try to welcome you all to this national webinar on this webinar, which is organized by Geeta Jeevan Arts and Science College, Department of Business Administration. And this webinar is focusing on the theme, changing role of HR in the age of COVID-19. As all of us know, that means there is a change in almost each and every field, even in business, in the economy, and in almost all the field there is a change. So what is the changing role in the HR, and how we are going to adapt this in this age of COVID-19 period? So lecture is to be delivered by Dr. BALAKRISHNAN PARASURAMAN sir, and he is eminent person. He is having a rich profile, and he has published many research articles and has published many books. I invite Mr. Dileepan sir to give all the profile, to express all the profile of Dr. BALAKRISHNAN sir. And before that, I express my warm welcome on behalf of Geeta Jeevan Arts and Science College Management Secretary and other faculty members and the Department of Business Administration. I welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. S. Malarkudi, ma'am, for a nice welcome. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce the resource person for today's international webinar on the changing role of HR in the age of COVID-19. And today we have Professor Dr. BALAKRISHNAN PARASURAMAN, who have completed his diploma in education from IPG Malaysia and Bachelor of Social Science, Horns and Economics from USM Malaysia. He has completed his M.Sc. HR and Industrial Relations from Stirling Institution, United Kingdom, and he has completed his Ph.D. from Wollongong, Australia. Adding to all his academic credential, he have also qualified as an he has completed his advanced diploma in coaching and mentoring from Ministry of HR Malaysia, and he has certified higher education from UMS Malaysia. He holds about 23 years of experience, and out of his 23 years of experience, he worked with UMS for 17 years and UMK for 6 years as an invited professor since 2013. He is the founding head of the International Office of UMK and the Director of Industrial Linkages and Collaboration Office, ILCO, UMK, and he is also the founding advisor of Bursa Sagam Student Club, UMK, and the Deputy Director of Student Affairs, UMS, in the year 2010 to 2011. He is also serving in many technical committee, and he is also serving as a technical committee member of National Consultative Wage Councils in 2011 till now on the Ministry of HR. He is also serving as a co-chair in Workers' Participation Study Group, International Employment Relations Association, ILERA, International Labour Organization, Geneva. He has received many research grants from ILO, World Bank, European Exchange Fellowship, University of Bocconi, Italy, Malaysia. He has industry research grant from Salkra Sarawak, matching grant UMK UTP, FRGS, ERGS, Japan Foundation, Korean Labour Institute, Ministry of HR for minimum wage research, and put together amounting all these research funds is almost around 1 million ringgit in Malaysian currency. He has published around 18 books, and he has also published many articles, more than 200 articles in the leading and reputed referred journals. He has also been serving as an invited visiting research fellow member in the University of Groningen, Holland, visiting professor of University of Indonesia, visiting research fellow member of University of Wollongong, Australia. He is an invited panel expert of TV and radio talk show on entrepreneurships, business, HR, and IR. Though he have a very wide and vibrant profile, he is again putting it very simple word. He is a man of humbleness. So, not taking much of the time, may now request Professor Dr. Balakrishnan Parasuraman sir to take over the session. And I record that Geeta Jeevan Arts and Science College is highly blessed to have such a wonderful professor, and he is a very well-known fame of Malaysia. If you tune any Malaysian TV, you can find him in all the TV channels in Malaysia. So such a great personality is what Professor Dr. Balakrishnan is all about. So may now request Professor Dr. Balakrishnan Parasuraman sir to take over the session. Please, sir.
Okay. First of all, I thank to God to give the opportunity, and also especially thank to Dr. Malalpuri, who's the head of department, and also Dr. Dilip Kumar. How I know him? Actually, I know through Dr. Ganesan. Another scholar will come and talk to, I think, you all very soon, another 1 or 2 weeks from now. So he introduced to me to Dr. Dilip. Dr. Dilip, such a very humble person, and he works so fast. Everything done within, I think, 3 or 4 days. We're coming to this international seminar. First of all, I also like to, on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Azizi, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, and top management, and also our my Dean, Professor Dr. Roslina, who very supportive, and send greetings from my Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. So basically, I also like to thank all the participants in this group. I was told by Dr. Dilip, there are some scholars from your university and outside university as students, and also even some people from Malaysia also joining us now, watching this. And I heard also from other Middle East countries, Oman and so on. I think this is going to be a very productive session where we are connected each other. I think COVID-19 actually, in look at the positive way, is connecting all of us. You look at the negative way, of course, you're talking about health and so on, but the other side of the spectrum, all of us connected each other, even though we are far away, but we have become one big family. I also like to thank our university, that organizing, where Dr. Dilip and Geeta Jeevan, Geeta Jeevan Arts and Science College. So I'm very happy that they are also part of the affiliated with the Manur Mani Sundarna University. I heard that university also one of the top university in India, in Tamil Nadu. Doctor, can I go to next slide? Okay, so most of you, I think, know where I come from. Actually, our forefathers come from Tamil Nadu. That's another good thing that we connected. Our forefathers come from Tamil Nadu. My great parents. And then, of course, we are third generation in Malaysia. So this is Southeast Asia. You can see Malaysia in the next below the Southeast Asia. So Malaysia divided by East Malaysia and West Malaysia. I was working previously in East Malaysia, Sabah. You can see the green color. There's a corner. It's about 3 hours, 2 hours, 40-minute flight from Sabah to Ni. So, and then after working for many years, and then I was appointed as a professor in Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, where I could show you next slide. Okay, next slide. So you got some idea. This is Peninsular Malaysia. If you can see, Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya. So today, actually, I'm driving from in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, to my place, Kota Baru. It's about 600 kilometers. So I can see how I pass through the 2 or 3 states. Very beautiful state where I'm staying now. It's close to the border with the Thailand, and it's a seaside. Okay, this is our campus. So our campus, 3 campus. We have a satellite campus where I'm working now in business school. Mostly, you can see on my right hand side, that's our campus. We got other campus, science and also agriculture and other. So this is basically our. So I also welcome all of you to visit sometime in the future. Okay, next slide. Next slide. All right. Okay, just now Dr. Malakodi already introduced about the topic that the changing role. But before that, everybody know what is COVID-19. It starts with the word with the corona, and now everybody, even the child, know about COVID-19. Everybody, that's how the powerful of the COVID-19 affected everyone, from the child until everybody know about COVID, and people scared about COVID-19. And as far as I know that COVID-19 was affected many countries in the world. And I believe that all of you also experienced this one, lockdown. We also locked down, but thank God we are already start some of the economies, already start, we already operating some economies, and we start busy, yeah. Also, we are reducing the number of the sickness. So COVID-19 actually is actually nobody expecting will come that fast. It started in Wuhan, in China, and people think that it's like other disease. You know, you won't cause any problem. But when it started China, people not very serious. After January, February, then people start. Everybody is so scared, and the whole country that fast COVID-19 spread to the world. So basically, this is a problem, and it created a lot of problems for the economy, social, politics, HR, and the whole thing. Even education. Also, I saw Dr. Dilip give a lecture on the education side. Very interesting. That also changed the spectrum of the education. Next, okay. Next slide. Okay, this I updated the data, so you can see that 7.94 million already coronavirus, COVID-19 already spread and already affected many countries. And you can see the death. That's most important number. 435,000 people died. Every day people dying. Every day people dying. The number was increasing, and many countries actually trying their best to overcome, to combat this disease, to reduce numbers and try to save people in that particular country. So it's like, it's not the pandemic, it's not just for one country, but even so. I was highlighting some of the top list country. There are many countries affected, the top list, and this country all actually at the back in the beginning. They are in the back row, but suddenly they come to the front. And I heard that Tamil Nadu, I'm not sure, another 1 or 2 days they're going to be. Is it true, Dr. Dilip? You're going to lock down? I'm not sure about that. Is it true, Dr. Dilip? So it's going to be locked down,
for us, the lockdown was released, and right now there is some liberalization for us to move on. But the government is planning again to have one more lockdown, it seems.
All right. So you can see that the government trying the best, the utmost best to reduce. So I think we, as a people in that particular country, we need to support our government and try to stay home and try to save ourselves. So India is now number 4, you can see that, and then number 5. And all the top countries, look at the USA, Brazil, Russia, all these already come to the end. Still they are struggling to combat the disease. So disease is not it's not ordinary disease. It's a very dangerous, and it changed all spectrum of the humankind. Then you can see that all the economy stopped suddenly. Everything shut down. Everything, even you see the aircraft, airline business shut down, hotel shut down, tourism, everything shut down. It's like people start asking questions, what happened suddenly? So people lost a job and so on. So this is a topic that very interesting. We can share from participant, and also I would like to know many questions from your side, and then we can share each other. Okay, next one of them. Next slide. Okay, and as far as we're concerned, we are not just we experience some of the economic world economic crisis and financial crisis. We already gone through this in the past, like 90, 29, 30, the Great Depression. Everybody is suffering on that time. People lost a job. People don't have food to eat, and the economy down, and then followed by early economic crisis, 1980s, and as you know, ASEAN financial crisis was so bad. It started, and also everything we went through, and the world financial crisis, and suddenly 2019, 2020, the worst, I can put the word there, the worst economy downturn since the Great Depression. Worst, they say. This is a big impact on the economy. So we are struggling now. One time we want to save people. Another time we also want to move on our economy. So these are two coin of the, we are struggling now. So many countries suffering in terms of economy, and some countries suffering in terms of the health. So we have to face this pandemic in two different situations. One time we want to open the economy, but there's a danger waiting outside. The pandemic will spread out. The other time we are, so maybe I'll share some of the cases like Malaysia. We thank God during this lockdown time, almost 3 months, we're able to reduce the numbers from the big number, and it's going down single digit now. So now we can see the economy. Even today, I just came into office after 3 months. So that's how we can travel to interstate. In the past, we cannot travel interstate. Today, I can see everybody peacefully travel and nothing happened. So this is something. So we have experienced gone through all the economy crisis in the past, but COVID-19 have a two major role. One is a health issue. The other one is economy. We attack both in the same time. Then you look at the other, like world financial creation, only finance, not the health. But this COVID-19, it attack both. Right? Okay, next doctor. Next slide. Okay, you can see the multiple impact of COVID-19. So many people looking at the many, and Dr. Malaysia just now mentioned she's a marketing. I believe that she can also looking at how the impact of the COVID-19 on the marketing side. Some people looking at the political side. Some people looking at the psychological side. Some people looking at the religion, social, economy. So many people kind of need to address the issue in regard to COVID-19. We cannot be just quiet. That's why you can see webinar run by your college. I'm really thankful to your college that you take initiative and you run this kind of webinar to address the major issue, not only in your country, but worldwide. So we learn from other countries how we attack, how to reduce, how to combat this pandemic. It's not it's not only Malaysia, but the whole country. So we have become like big family. Yeah. So, but the most issue recently highlighted in the literature, in the many webinar, actually human resource, HR. Right? So HR become the key issue now suddenly in the all companies, because people working to earn money. People have to survive. People have to continue the sustainability of life, sustainability of the economy, sustainability everything. So HR suddenly play a key role, because they are the one going to decide whether they want to keep the people working in their place or they want to let them go, lay off. So that is the issue that I think not only happened in Malaysia, also in India. I think India even worse. We can look at later how India is suffering in terms of the micro industry, women, single people doing business. I think everywhere people don't have no money to eat. How can they want to buy masks? How can they want to buy and sanitizer? It's so costly for them. These are the issue, And some people just face the pandemic. They have no money to survive. So what can they do? So these are the issue that the policymaker, the leaders of the country must think forward. Don't just think about themselves, but think about the country, think of the people. So HR actually is a key. In any company you go, HR play a role. HR is actually recruit people. If you look at any textbook, and you open a textbook, human resource definition is come like 5 basic norms, 5 basic elements like recruitment, selection, training, and after that you perform an appraisal, and you make people happy in the workplace. And this is the basic thing. But when come to the COVID-19, even HR role change now. I will highlight some of the issues to let all of you know what are the major issues actually changing in relation to COVID-19. Not only HR interrelated to other fields, other department where HR have to work with the other department like finance, like marketing, like logistic, like so many. They have to work together because every department have people working. Every department they hire people to work, and a time for them to decide how to decide. That's a key issue. Okay, next doctor. Next slide. Okay, so you look at this slide, you can see that there are a lot of challenges we are facing due to the COVID-19. Sales, suddenly sales dropping after we call MCO, the lockdown, we call one word lockdown. they have to lock down, no choice. When you lock down, what happened is people close the company, people close the business, people close the, look at the airline, no aircraft take off. Even India now suffering until now, many aircraft cannot fly to India due to the COVID-19. So people lost. Suddenly, you know, in India, people come for visit, all that, you know, you have very good historical buildings, you got all the history, people like to come and visit, suddenly everything shut down. And what happened to the people in that industry, like tourist guide, people in the food industry, and you know, all tourism, domestic and international. So people suffering, marketing down, and then you know, product is sometimes cannot sell. A lot of product is like I'm talking about the car. People cannot buy car because no money to buy. But you only order, the orders come in the stock, and it's not only one product, many products, you know. And then people feel low moral. Suddenly, people lost a job. People suddenly feel like inferiority complex. I cannot meet people. I cannot touch people. I cannot shake hand people. I cannot smile. Social distance. You know, people scared one another. I come and see you. I was worried that I may get the pandemic. I distance myself. So all these, you know, change, daily routine change, training, no face-to-face training. People feel that no motivate at the workplace, and they are lost all the business. Mostly trainer. I think at the moment they are lost all the business, and now they are picking up. You know, some country like our country, Malaysia, now allow to them to do a face-to-face training and so on, but with a strong SOP, with the follow the standard of procedure. Okay, and then HR. Okay, I will come back to it later. And then customer engagement is a problem. You know, customer cannot talk together. And basically, you look at the hotel now. All the hotel is already closed down. 5-star hotel, small hotel, medium-sized hotel, even the homestay, all closed down. People have no business, no money at all. And in relation to this, people also lay off people who are working with them. So I think country like India, especially developing nation, well, I think is suffer from this. So that's why our leader, our government is very important to see how in example in our Malaysia, our government immediately take action to provide safety net to the people who lost a job, to help the employers, to help everyone, you know, to come up with a certain policy within 3 months, and people keep on going their life. That's how even the leaders to address the issue. You can look at Singapore, look at even UK. The Prime Minister was quarantined until he's fighting for his life. But today he come back, he come and say we are reducing number. We're going to do something, giving back to the country, giving back to people. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, this is one slide. I should just show how people suffer job loss, especially low wage workers. I think India, not only India, many country, developing country or third world country, they're having this problem. Suddenly they lost a job. So when they lost a job, what happened to them? This is, you can see all the low wages is a higher number in any particular country. They are the big group, we call in Malaysia B40 group. B40 group, those earning 1,000 below, and maybe they are jobless and so on. So these people suffering, suddenly no job. Sometimes they are only working at the family. Maybe they have 3 children, wife not working, and they suddenly lost a job. And you know, we see in our own eyes how people suffering, no money to eat, and you know, many things. And then a lot of NGO come and provide the assistance, and the government support in the different ways, and the social security organization also come up with some policy and so on. So these people affected badly. That's a come from the HR perspective. Okay, next one. Okay, next slide. We're going to see some of the key challenges. Okay, before I go on to next slide, I just give scenario what happened to Malaysia. Our unemployment rate in April spiked 5%. Normally is only about 4% and below. That is a normal in the labor market studies. Unemployment always, but suddenly since April, because the lockdown start on the 18th of March, it spiked to 5%. And you can see how many people lost a job. 778,800,000 people lost, so about 48.8% compared to a year ago. This is the latest news that we received. So you imagine many people lost a job, almost coming to the 1 million. And report by the chief statistician say that the closure operation, so many business is closed during the movement control order, MCO, lockdown. That's why the result of loss of employment, job seekers. So the temporary month, March, April, and May, actually because of the close down all the operation. So that's why people lost a job and people don't know what to do. And they are projecting this one, 3.5%, 5% of this year due to the impact of COVID. That's how powerful the COVID-19 even affected the people. So that's why I'm telling, from the beginning, COVID can be, in terms, look at the positive way that we can communicate and we can have a lot of network from academic perspective. But looking at the other perspective, like HR, labor market, they're suffering. So the most affected employed person were those in the manufacturing and service sector. This sector, the two sectors badly affected, especially accommodation, food, beverage, art, entertainment, even entertainment. I know Tamil Nadu, very famous, Dr. Dilip, all the actors, I think actors should be no problem. They got money to survive for another
they have money.
20 years or 50, they got money. But those working within the lower job earner in the entertainment industry, they are suffering.
Dramatic, people of dramatic industry,
dramatic, and people selling the ticket, people selling the food inside, the car park, and all these people suffering. They are totally no job at all. And other, even education suffering. People cannot go to school. People gonna mostly private universities, private schools who are depending on the student also badly affected. So, and then food and beverage, arts, and so on. So beauty centers, I think India also very famous for that. Beauty centers and Ayurveda and so on, and salon all closed down. So you can see that that's a traumatic that we pass through. But today you can see everybody smile, and Dr. Dilip smile, I smile, Dr. Malakori, everybody smile. Why? Because we went through the suffering step by step. Because some of us already gone through this in the past, so we learn from that. But COVID-19 is a totally different disease. It's not a disease by the name COVID-19, but it's also disaster for everyone in this world. Maybe God has his own plan. Why he brought this disaster, we don't know. But there's a plan. Always there's a plan. Always there's a lesson to be learned. Always we have to learn something after this has happened, the COVID-19. We cannot take it as a very ordinary things, but we have to learn from this COVID. What we do next? How to take care of the people who are suffering down there? I know India, about 60-70% people working in the lower wage group. These people no job, no jobless. Sometimes they have no food to eat. They have no shelter to stay. They don't have food. People are hunting. But I think we will slowly move better. After this COVID-19. Because we learn something that this is how we move on. Okay, next slide. So this is a scenario of Malaysia. I believe India also same case. Okay. So how the HR role will change? Of course, we look at the key challenges. So people in the business, who is the business people, especially CEO of the company, shareholders. Like we put the money to run the business. We are shareholders. We hope the CEO will run the business, and the CEO always depending on the HR because he related to the people working in the organization. So business must continue. 67% people say we need to continue business, but how can continue business without any support? And then the other issue suddenly come out. In I believe in 1998, I wrote an article, Dr. Dilip and a participant, I wrote about teleworking. You know teleworking?
Yeah.
Teleworking means people work from the remote to the city area. So I introduced this concept in the 1998. I will share the paper to you. I published in India, one of the journal in India, based in New Delhi. So they published this article in that journal. So you can refer back to the journal. I already talked about this about 1990, about 20 years back. I talked about this. I said be prepared. Working from home, we need to come out with a different law. We have to come out with safety and health issue. I already informed. I don't know about pandemic will come. I don't know about that, but I already proposed this from that's how our role as a researcher. So we do research for the people, for the country, for the policy. Don't be as academic just for our sake. That's not a reason we are being academic. Any research we do, whether masters or PhD or any grant, that impact the people. So that's how we did. And the next issue is actually engagement. How to engage, how to maintain the productivity of the people, employee participation, communication, breakdown, everything breakdown. Suddenly people don't communicate, people social distance. Now you see one word always came up, social distance, social distance. So you need to put a distance. You go to the shop to eat, social distance, and they lost a lot of customer. If you see a lot in KL, Indian food, all full of people, not from the Indian race, but other race like to eat Indian food. You know, banana leaf, very famous here. I think Dr. Dilip been in Kuala Lumpur, you know that. It's always other race like to eat, they come here. So suddenly everything gone, you know, people, and then suddenly today we talk about flexible working arrangement. Even this also I already discussed in my research, in my, in my discussion. I already talked many years. Please come with a proper law. So India cannot be denied flexible working arrangement. Like a woman got children. Now they say come to one day, afternoon, in the morning. These are the issues that suddenly become a very, very interesting to understand. And labor lawyers must advise HR. And then also HR is a center of the organization. So all the department round refer back to HR. Even finance also refer back to HR. Even marketing refer back to HR. Even everybody focus on the HR. Please advise what we do. And the HR actually supposed to advise the CEO. If the HR giving the wrong advice to the CEO, what happened to the people down there working under them? So this is the thing that you have to think. So his job become very tough. I know people in HR not easy job. They are the main player in the company. Okay, and then you suddenly talk about preventive measures, safety and health, and you have to write down your name. Everybody must practice this. People feel like isolated. People feel don't happy to go to shopping center. People like feel scared. You will see others scared. So all this bringing a lot of problem in the working place. But slowly picking up. As I can see today, I start first day working. You can see Dr. Delay, my room is mess, but I'm happy to come here and I met some of my friends, say hello to them. Everybody smile, and I'm really happy that I'm sharing my knowledge through this kind of webinar. I'm happy to to also know the feedback from people, and we help each other. All right. So this is basically research finding from one of the consultants. Next one. Next one. Okay, this A1 study survey 304 companies in the Asia Pacific region, ranging from size small, medium, and under 500, the large corporation. How employers are communicating with employees, provide updates regarding measures adopted by the company. This is actually basically about the COVID-19, how to address like social distance, sanitizer, you wash your hand, everything you must provide, at the workplace. If you fail to do that, and then you cannot reduce the number of the COVID-19, it will come to us. These are the thing. And then issue guidance traveling for employees. So people like working, I don't know, in Tamil Nadu, maybe Coimbatore, people work in the, far away from your campus. Maybe they are daily take a train, a daily traveling. Suddenly lockdown, MCO, people cannot travel. So how to help these people? How to help this employee? And then this is another issue for the HR to think of different role for him. And then, of course, we use the email, video conferencing, Zoom, we use a webinar, webinar, many, email, YouTube, so many things. We're using the kind of tools, ICT tools to help us to communicate with each other. And especially business leaders, CEO, communicate to the downline there, managers, and manager talk to the people down, supervisors, talk to the line, and then everybody keep on updating their what happening in that. And also, please be aware all the link that you receive the information. Sometimes WhatsApp, sometimes the source is not valid. WhatsApp, don't everything you believe on the WhatsApp. Suddenly, I received some mail from India telling about COVID-19, but it's not true. Sometimes you cannot say one and then you just generalize. Cannot. Sometimes people try to manipulate. These are under the situation. So don't believe. You go trusted link like WHO, ILO, and in your country got statistic department. That sources I have to, or university research, then even. And then also now HR must think about the policy. Like for us, our HR is to keep on updating for our employees for academic and non-academic. For example, before lockdown, they will tell what's going to happen during lockdown, what's happening after. So we go stage by stage. Now we are 4th stage. We are recovering stage. Still under MCO, but we are recovering stage. So we are open up the industry, open up the, coming back to the office. You have to follow the SOP. Then there's a guideline given to us, and then we start coming, and we still punch our, our check-in through online because we cannot touch. But I think that everything clear. Our bosses know what to do, and they know if, let's say, example, my case, I cannot immediately come after 3 months. I need to take leave, so I apply leave for 3 days. I settle down myself and make myself, comfortable with because I did my sabbatical for 9 months. I locked down for almost two months. I locked down. So all this is giving us pressure for me to adjust, but I take leave. Although I'm working, actually I'm working every day. Even though holiday, Dr. Dilip, I share with you, Dilip, I'm on the leave, Dr. Dilip. Suppose what to do? You rest, am I right?
Yeah.
You right? Am I right? You rest,
Yes.
am I right?
Yeah.
But what I did, I review the research grant for 3 grant, national grant review. I submitted a whole day gone, and I do another webinar, and then I come with it. So I'm still working. I'm still working for your slide. I'm working there, even though I come back so tired. I can say to you, Doctor, sorry, I cannot. But commitment and the patient and so on. So that's how the bosses and the downline must communicate each other. Like your case, I know you are also locked down, but you communicate through the Dr. Malakori as the head of department, and she have to report to the bosses, and she giving your task, and you giving your task, small team, you all work, and suddenly this one happened now. So 400 people already in our group. Maybe you go YouTube, maybe more than that. So, okay, doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Malakori ma'am is the head of the institution.
Oh, okay. She's a head of, right? All right. Okay. Next, doctor. All right. Next slide. Okay. So many organizations, 88% saying that employee work from home. You imagine everybody want to work from home because of the COVID-19. This is a Gartner survey of 800 global HR professionals. So 800 people, 88% are saying that people like to work from home because to combat the COVID-19. But it's going to be a norm. There's a new norm. This is HR people think how to tackle this problem. This is a new role for them. How to tackle the problem, how to come up with the policy, how to come up with the law, how to protect these people working from home. Example, you work from home, suddenly accident happened. Suddenly you was in the kitchen, you fall down. What happened? Are you protected? Are you have safety net? Are you can claim? What happened to you? All this must be very clear. Don't simply saying that work from home. You must clear all this. Suddenly you are got COVID-19. Are you protected by the employer? Or just leave it. I don't care. You just die. Cannot. Because you are part of the employee, and now so people feel to work from home. So it's kind of many perspective looking at the HR role now changing across the globe, not only India, Malaysia, but any. And then the other issue I want to highlight here: long-term talent consequence. You can lay off people within 3 months. You can lay off, but how can protect the people for long term? We need people working in our company. Some people, they work so hard. Some of them not just work for the money, but they work for the company. They're very committed. They're very loyal to the company. They love the company. They like to stay with the company. But suddenly you lay off them. That is another issue that I think the researcher, the Gardner people think, talk to the HR professionals. So we have to keep these people. Don't let them go. Maybe temporarily we come up with some measure, temporary measure to give them some kind of incentive, finance or non-finance. But that's the HR role. You need to come up with a proper and justified and also acceptable for the people in that. Okay, that's most important. Okay, and then the Gardner survey show that trying to balance employee need with the financial reality. People are suffering now. People have no money. But how you want to motivate them? How you want to provide assistance to them. Then you have to come up with a psychological issue. You come up with a higher one people like those people like those expert in the mental and go and help your employees. So they have no money. We need to come up with a certain employee. Like in Malaysia, later I'll share with you how Malaysian government try to help these kind of families, to especially B40 group. I'm talking the people earn below. Okay, in Malaysia we call 1,000 ringgit below. So we are helping them. Okay, next one. Dr. Dilip, you give me a time, then I try to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the time is 3:20. You can take another 20-25 minutes.
Okay, and then you can see that the HR also must provide direction, confident. Employee must rely on people. Employee now very scared to come to work. Employee very scared to go out. So you need to provide a direction, confidence, resilience, everything, communication from senior managers to managers to prioritize. So especially health and business issue. As from the beginning, I said COVID-19, we are struggling between two coin. The other coin is health. The other coin is a business. Both must go hand by hand. It's complementary each other. It cannot be separated. But of course, you need to come out, solve the health problem. Then you can talk business. That's happening to Malaysia. We try to combat the issue on the COVID-19. Big number, and now we're coming to single-digit number. Then only the government say, okay, we open certain sectors, maybe still controllable. We are still MCO, but under recovering until 31st of August. Then we see how. So this is how the policy makers must help us in the ground level. Ground means like in the terms of the companies, in terms of the industry organization. That's how we help each other. Okay. Okay, and then you have to give the right knowledge about COVID-19. What is COVID-19? How you attack us? So all this very job is really depending fall on the head of the HR people. And HR can always talk to the leaders because they are the one actually do some right decision, right time, and also will affect the whole organization. Whether the organization will close down or it will continue is depending on the HR how you advise. That's why I keep on tell the HR, my student to be HR manager, HR executive, not easy, but they are doing very well. I'm very happy. I trained them for last 24 years. They are doing well in industry. They try to bring all the knowledge in the class applied to the real industry. I met them, some of them after many years, I met them, they come to me and say, Prof, whatever you teach in the class, we are practicing. Of course, they have the limitation, but I say, never mind. Through the limitation, you learn, you help people. I said, don't lay off people. Always giving hand to people. Always love people because people come to you to work because you hire them. So make sure they stay with you for long term. Okay, and then of course, team guideline, remote work look different for each employee. So it's not that easy. And I just make a joke. Many people say working from home is more stressful than working at the workplace. Is it true, Dr. Dilip? That's what I heard. Yeah. Many industry, private sector, they say working from home is more stressful compared to working at the office. So because at the home,
says, even it was published in the newspaper also.
True. You brought your job to the home, and your home you want to cook. As if you look at the woman, cook, look after the children, look at this, look at that, you want to write, but you're working till and night. For academic, no problem. We already get used. Without COVID or no COVID, we are same. You agree with me? You agree?
No. Before, we will not entertain the students to carry their gadgets into the classroom. Now the classroom is in the gadgets.
But I think working, I'm talking about the lecturers, academic students.
We are working.
We are working until midnight, I sleep 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you sleep 2 o'clock, we write a paper. We have no time, actually. There's no time for us. Morning working, night working. Just now, I was driving my car. I listened to another webinar about one of the professor talking about the supervision of Ph.D. I called my student, and then my student online. I saw them. I driving. I just enjoy. I also look at the road. I don't just looking. Just listen only. That's all. Rather listen to song. I listen to this webinar. So 2 hours. I feel like very fast today. I reach my place because what I'm enjoying the talk. Like today. Maybe some of your friends are driving. Can listen on the car, whatever. So these are the good thing, that the COVID-19 really. And then again, flexibility for employers, remote work. You need to giving flexibility. whether they come 1 day or 2 days, or whether you're giving the internet, most important, internet facility. Many companies doesn't have internet facility, and how can they work from home? And work from home only certain job, not all the job, right? Certain job you can work like secretarial job or teaching job, or work like you're working in the white collar job. But blue collar, I don't think so. It's very difficult. You need to go to office and work, or you go to the industry to do something. That is a challenge we faced by the many HR manager. Next slide, please. Okay. So when we talk about HR issues, you cannot separate with the employment relation scenario, complementary each other. So when I started introduce this program, they call industrial relation program in my previous university. That's the first course they introduced in my university. I think only 2 universities at that time. And when I looked through, I went to Australia, I went to UK, and I also get from info from the expert from the US or from India, from many countries. Then I feel that many people bypass employment relation. So in this group, people now listening in the group, hopefully you can understand HR cannot separate with the employment relation, or another word we call industrial relation. Today we call employment relation. The term changed because of the research, the theory changed, the scenario changed, and then the terminology we use, but there is actual fact is the same. Okay, and I think India also having this problem, minimum wage around the world. Many countries introduce minimum wage for whom? Poor people, poor earning below 1,000. So these people suffering now. So how during the COVID-19 as HR manager to come up with a proper to pay the minimum wage? If you don't pay, you will be caught by the law. Then you will be fined, or maybe you're having trouble. And so all this issue is already happening now. So you have to look at the law. At the same time, you have also looking at your financial situation as a manager, as a CEO, shareholder. You're also having, especially SME, small medium industry, and the worst is a micro. And of course, during the COVID-19 in the workplace, industrial harmony is very important. I always talk about industrial harmony, where you keep on communicate with people, talk to the people. Like today, all of us are big family now. We all talking each other. Although I don't know you personally, but I can have a touch with you all because we want to harmony, not only in the family, also in the workplace. So when both in it, then God will bless us. Actually, God will bless those people really follow what the religion taught to them. All religion taught the same thing. No religion taught about everything. If you can bring back that one to the workplace, and during the COVID-19, everything. And then some country, tripartite, I think India is a very strong trade unionist based. They go on strike, they go on the picket and so on. But now during the COVID-19, you cannot do that. You have to talk to the HR manager, talk to the employers to work in the new challenges, and talk to the government. Government must play a role. The Ministry of HR in your country, I think sure got HR, work together, advise the trade union, advise the employer how to combat the COVID-19, especially to provide employment for the people. That is a national level tripartite. And yesterday I have meeting with all the top our group technical committee on the minimum wage. We share our knowledge. We share how to come up with the research. First thing we do research, because we are technical committee. We provide the finding to the policymaker so that they can make the right decision. So in your country also like that. All the lecturers, academics at the university, please do research to provide a proper policy suggestion to your country, to your state leader, to your district leader, or even your president or your prime minister. I think Mr. Modi, I think he listen to you because you are academic. You are the highest learned people. You know how to do that, okay? And then the next issue, safety environment, very important. You come to workplace, do you provide the sanitizer? You provide the to wash your hand? You provide the social distance? And all these very important, because you make some mistake, the COVID-19 will come, because COVID-19 is 1 to 10. You spread like that. That fast is it? It's faster than computer, I think. Even computer also very slow. People say very fast. 5G is very fast. I think it's more than 5G with 10G. So that kind of thing. Okay. Pay cut. Many company pay cut. Company revoke the fringe benefit. Of course, at that time you cannot demand. Trade union, please listen to the employers, to the government, to the any work together. Don't go and fight. We want to a lot of benefit. No, this time we need to think about that. And then I think India, I know I've been there many times. I've been to many forums in India. I talk to the people about trade union and collective bargaining. There's a new challenges how to deal with employers, lost their business. Don't just talking about the workers. Union only fight the workers. What about the employers? So we need to come up with a pluralist approach where we need to complement each other. We're bringing together people in the cooperation way of thinking and try to help. We can look at the Europe, some country like Germany, look at the Scandinavian countries. Scandinavian countries are very strong based on trade union, but they are the best company in the world. They have a best policy for their employment, HR, why they can do, why we cannot do. So maybe we have to learn these things. So time for us to change our mindset. COVID-19 giving us a new spectrum, new paradigm shift in our working life with that. So that's why I'm keep on telling many people, use a religious play a role, use the knowledge of religion to combat all the issues that we are facing, because we found that that is a new trend that I think we can use in the, okay. And then labor law, many country labor law up to date. Their law maybe 1960s, 70s, I don't know, but India, probably in Tamil Nadu, the law very update. So the academics should come forward and give the recommendation, new laws, especially working from remote area, flexible employment, minimum wage, fringe benefit, so many issues. You can look at your law and try to be enacted new law to be presented at a parliament or whatever. So these are things you have to do. We are doing now. We have to think, don't wait for the next COVID will come. Don't ever wait. Do it by today. That's why we are as academic. We are the people in the industry that we support. You will have to advise to them. So this is how we have to think outside the box. Migration, another issue. In the past, we accept people undocumented. People come under the back door. People coming from the without any document. People were cheating. Some people coming from other countries, coming to the work in another countries, and they're cheating. Not blame the workers, blame the agent, blame them. So now, when the migration problem coming, because the COVID-19 attack also migrant workers. So in Malaysia, we encourage, we force all the foreign workers to go through the health screening process. And if they found COVID-19, they will be stay at the hospital. Otherwise, negative, they go back to the country back. So this issue discussed for many years. I talked about the issue for 10 years. Nobody concerned about the issue. But today we are sitting and down, and we want to document people. So we want to don't marginalize people. People, very poor people, you know, people like from, let's say, India, people from other countries are coming, even Malaysian, working at Australia, working in Singapore. So we all go there to earn money. We are not go there just, but make sure documented. I also advise people from India, come to any country, including Malaysia, other country, come with document, proper document. When you come proper document, you are protected by the law. So you can stay in the peaceful manner. Why come under documented? Don't be so exciting to go another country with a document, because you are, by law, you are not allowed to come to without any document. So make sure everything. So this is another problem we are facing. And then employee welfare problem. In the past, we don't care. Problem on employees. So HR people must think about that. Next. Okay, next. All right, and just talk about something interesting happening now. Wage subsidy. UK, Singapore, Malaysian case, later I come back to you. So wage subsidy actually introduced by many countries. Malaysia also do that. We try to help small, medium industry and micro business support from the government. Government come up with certain amount of money, and the company can claim to top up the wage. Like an example, minimum wage for Malaysia is 1,200 ringgit for city and 1,100 ringgit across any place in Malaysia. So city and non-city. So when you pay 1,000, how can the SME can pay during the COVID-19, during the MCO, during the lockdown? They cannot pay. So government come up with this, we call wage subsidy, subsidize the wages through the government support, and then the SME keep the employee keep on going. They don't lay off. This is something we can learn also. And then of course today we're talking about working from home, revision for law, flexible working arrangements, safety issue. All these must be basic protection. And then another issue, maybe I'll share later with you, very interesting. Today, people think about productivity linked based system. No more you work just for work, but you need to have products. So example, I give you academic. Academic, very easy to control. Dr. Tele, very easy. You control academic. Don't need to control them. You just put the KPI on the productivity linked system. If you fulfill the KPI, we pay you higher salary. We promote you. You don't do that, that's it, easy. Very easy. Don't need to control them. Don't need to make the stressful on them. These are the issues that we have to discuss in maybe your country. Malaysia already done, but we don't put as a policy. We just put a guideline. So we maybe make it as a policy, because when you receive minimum wage, you just work, I got a salary, that's all. But you don't have the momentum to work for future. Trade union have the new perspective now. You work under new normal working system, from the confrontation to the partnership. That's what already happening in the Scandinavian country, in Germany model. I was in German, I was in Holland, I did study. They are done this many years ago. By many ASEAN countries, we are fighting, we are just fight, but we haven't provide an answer for that. So we as academic, so I publish a book, maybe Dr. Lee, you want a book, I can share with you. You can buy through Global. This book is very good. I'm talking about 3 case studies, how they combat the Asian financial crisis. 2 cases survived, 1 case closed down. You can learn from the case study. That's what my doctorate, how the work as a tripartite to protect us. So this is a very interesting topic that we can discuss for post-COVID. And then of course the government role to bring industrial harmony. Don't make the worst. Government always play a third-party role. That's what told by many scholars in industrial relation or HR, that government always play a third-party role. I remember Professor Dunlop in US. He was a professor from Harvard Business School. He was the Minister of Labor, and he come up with one book they call Industrial System. He published in 1958, and that book is as a textbook for all our student or practitioner using a book. So this is how our academic provide help for others. Okay, next one. Next. Yeah. Next slide. This one. So you can see the slide there. This is the example. Maybe I don't know. India is giving. This is what our government already giving through the SOCSO. SOCSO is a social security a network. This is a government agency. We got Prihatin. They're done through the Ministry of Ministry of the Human Resource, together with the Ministry of Finance. You look at that. This is a small company, 75. How they top up the wage, subsidized wage, 200, 76, 200, and 200. Later you can see the slide. So these are the category they put there. How much to pay top up? They got amount there already. How much? So from 1,200, 800, and 600. This is the money come from the government top up within the minimum wage existing. Just now, remember I said 1,200, the company cannot pay. The small company, the 75 below cannot pay. So the government top up 1,200. So, okay, already fine. But it's only temporary, temporary only, about 6 months. Last time they gave 3 months, now they extended for until December. They are trying to help. This your government should help also, our small industry. Okay, next. All right. This is also our new role, because HR must think about new role. Okay, I just give scenario what happened to the future HR in post-COVID-19 and IR 4.0i. So new recruitment strategy will come out, IT based, and people choose the best talent, creativity, innovative employee under the industrial relations. So people must change. Our graduate must be very productive. They just go to university, just study. No, they have to come up with different ideas, different things to help our company to survive. And COVID-19 give the answer. Majority business move to digital economy without boundary around the world. Look at Alibaba, Jack Ma. You already control the whole world. It's tough from very tough life. Today, digital economy everywhere. Going on in Malaysia, we got Lazada and so many online. People in the home buy things. The things come back to your home. A lot of the time during the MCO, they buy online. Working from home with a new normal working system where we need to improve the ICT, internet service. Don't just put working from home, but you don't giving a good coverage facility. Even the city place, we are still having coverage. I think India also having the same problem. We need to improve all these. Industry will gone, some industry gone into new digital economy. A new formal appraisal will come, management will be introduced. Most of the job will be decentralized rather than centralizing. Next one. Next. Okay, so new industrial relation system, new labor employment, HR policy, and what the vulnerable group like women, youth, elderly. This is, I think, good for you in India. Many women working as an entrepreneur, small micro industry, they lost a job. Youth, no jobless, looking for elderly people after retired, they need a job. So you can see that Japan is one of the best. 5 days. I did one research with one professor from Waco University. We did research on this and we compared Japan and Malaysia. So in Japan, 5 days, young people working, 2 days, elderly people working. How the old people working? They arrange such a job to elderly people working. So people don't use a very hard job, but they're working. So 7 days, the industry run, the company runs 7 days, 5 days, young people, 2 days for the old. So people take rest. Young people take for 2 days, old people take the 5 days. Okay, what? So why we come up with this kind of thing? We follow some backpack for East policy, like Japan and Korea and so on. So, and then global staff recruitment across the country, talent hijacking, like example, academic, some country will hijacking us, some university hijacking, Harvard will hijack. So you will see a lot of things happening after post-COVID-19, because they are already observing, people observing through the IT and all this. People see, like just now, Dr. Dilip said, you watch through YouTube my video about the labor and employees. So people, looking some kind of that. Okay, and no more. The job is some job it won't be exist in the future market. Education system must reform. It's not ordinary that what we do in the past. Everything will change. People, students like to stay home, study home. They don't like to go to university, don't like to go to school. And how you want to tackle the problem? So all these come under HR also, part HR. Okay, next one. Okay, I like to share this. Maybe it's useful for you. Maybe your country, I don't know whether. So this is the survey implementing product link. As far as I mentioned to you, we already have a guideline, this one, under the Ministry of Human Resource and also Malaysian Product Center. One of my students, Mr. Sugu, one of the experts on this, is going to do Ph.D. on this field. So they're going to introduce in the all industry, and I was one of the panel for selecting best company that implementing PLWL. Last year I was a panel selecting. We select very surprisingly small industry, not very big capital, but they are already in the list, shortlisted for the award. So you can see that many companies are using this, and you can see the basic wage and annual increment. This is a PLWS. You receive the basic wage, minimum wage, but you need to have other increment. That increment, you can see the next table, and this is very interesting with PLWs and its impact. You can see to the 6 and the 8. You can see staff turnover very low, absenteeism very low, reject and rework. So maybe we can do a comparative study, Dr. Dilip, and some scholars there. Yeah. We can do a comparative between India and Malaysia. Maybe we can do a collaborative research. Yes. We can see how this was what they practice in India and how you can learn from Malaysia. So these are very good. We can do something on that. Okay, next one. Okay, next one is a beautiful campus. This is a campus where I'm staying now. My office just next to this building. I'm just staying about few meters from this building. So when you come to you can see this one, the big logo. Universiti Malaysia Kelantan is number 19 university in Malaysia, and we are focused. I told from the beginning we are focused on entrepreneurship, but we have all programs from veterinary, from agriculture, from the creative art, engineering, not engineering. We have biotechnology, and then so interesting lah. You come and study. Okay, and my email is here. You can take my email, you can communicate with me. Okay, doctor, I pass to you. And also, thank you very much for all the participants. Be patient, listen to my talk. Hopefully, you learn something from my today talk. And humbly, I pass over to Dr. Dilip.
Terima kasih, Profesor. Terima kasih, Guru Besar untuk kuliah Anda yang indah dan sangat bermaklumat. So probably, thank you, Professor, for your wonderful and highly informative lecture. So this is what I have intimated in Malaysian language. So I'm making it as a try. Hope I have done the right part.
Yeah, okay. You're good.
Thank you, Professor. So over to the participants for the questions, and we have a few questions which was posted by the participants already. And
Okay.
the question number one is, many corporates have started to downsize their employees during the era of COVID-19. How can the
Mm.
HR tackle this retrenchment?
Oh, okay. Very easy. Because I see, I was telling just now, when you want to retrench people, you look at situation now. Is it temporary or long term? All right. COVID-19 only temporary. MCO only temporary. If your country managed to reduce the number of the COVID-19 cases, then they're going to open up the industry. So you don't make any immediate decision to retrench people. Okay. Of course, you can retrench people in certain situation. Let's say the employee got a case, or an employee is, doesn't produce anything. That's another case. But don't use COVID-19 to any. That's why the engagement, the communication, the employee participation very important. How to do that? You HR manager call all the head of department, discuss about this issue. What do you think your department? Please send your report to us. Then you get all the information, you get consensus from them, and then you present to your CEO, your stakeholders. And then you see whether we can catch or not. So that's why our country, you see just now, we're giving wage subsidized to the employers, to the small industry, so that they can survive. They don't pay people. That's my advice.
Thank you, Professor. And the second question is, what are the strategies the HR should take for the psychological well-being and resilience of remote employees? Basically people those are working from the home. So what is the psychological well-being that the HR should come up with some strategies? So what are those strategies?
Okay, as far I already mentioned in my presentation, okay, of course people now under stress. But the same thing, doctor, you look at the family life. COVID-19 changed the family life, am I right? People stay
Yeah.
home, people start cooking, and many people, okay, we interview them, they say, first time in their life, husband, wife together and cook. Husband never cooked before, now he tried to cooking some food for their wife. And the children, always locked down in the room, okay? They go to school, busy school, come back, they stay home. So in that spectrum, they are okay. But the other, on the other hand, okay, they lost job. Not lost the job, they lost income. I can say income, not the job. Job is there, income. When they lost the income, what happened? Stress will come, am I right? Because
Yes.
they are committed in so many. So in Malaysia, the good news, the bank, I'll share with you, Doctor, I don't know in India will do it or not. In bank, 6 month bank giving moratorium. Moratorium means you no need to pay any loan for 6 months. Is it good or bad? Tell me now, Doctor.
It is good again.
God actually helping the poor people, am I right? You got a car loan, you got a housing loan, you got personal loan. How much already? 6 months you enjoying that loan. Wow, everybody feel happiness will come. That's one thing. Looking at the question, I beg the question. So HR must come up with some psychology expert to advise them. Don't you make decision. You must hire some expert on the psychological people to train them. Train them, talk to them. The most talk to them, communicate. Don't put your distance. I know social distance. Don't interpret wrongly social distance. Social distance means in the workplace, not you distance yourself. So HR manager must communicate all the time. And the best way is work with your own team, your big, your big directors within yourself. So you HR director, you got marketing director, you got the finance director, account, work together. Ask account people how much you lost. Tell the truth, don't tell the lies, all right? In this time, tell the truth, okay? Or I got only 50% my income, no job, never mind. What you can do, okay, government give some money, you top up and try to keep them. Okay, that's my personal advice. Lay off come the last source. But you have to take some measure to protect both parties. Not only employees, also the employers. So when they both you protect, after post-COVID, you can see different. People will love you. People love to work with you. People stay with you forever, not for the money, but for you, because you help them. That was, I said, religious perspective. All religions tell the truth, am I right? You help people, God also help you in different ways. That's, I think, universal teaching, am I right? If you make people harm other people, of course, they're suffering. So this, I believe that that's concept must become in the reality. Okay.
Thank you, Professor. And the next question is, the job market has been freezed now. And so what is the scope for the young graduate this year? So probably even I can even answer, because the industry revolution is getting happened. So industry 4.0 we are talking about. So unless and until, if any education institution, either it is an institution or a university, it seems when they are not aligning their curriculum with industry 4.0, again, because most of the industry, these freshers will be getting into get entered as an entry level position. But nowadays, all these entry level positions, 60% of the entry level positions are freezed or automation nowadays, or done with an automation. So it is again a tough competition for the young graduates to get enter into any industry. So it is up to the professors to skill themselves, and these professors, after skilling them, they want to upskill their students. When this get happen, they are employable. Adding some more points, you can even do, Professor Bala.
Okay, I will share with all the academics here. Okay, when I start as a career, I was teacher before. I was trained as a professional teacher. So until now I'm teacher. I am not claim myself professor. I'm teacher. So what is the role of teacher? So when I start introduce this program, we call it human resource and industrial relation. I look at the industry. What is the problem industry? Okay, the industry problem is this. So from that, I take the different syllabus, not only me, my team, not me, with my team. I got a few people working under our team. So we pick up some of the best syllabus from all over the world, from Oxford, from Harvard, from Sydney, and we gather together. And then we study which one is actually solve the problem, industry problem. Example I give to you, most of my students, when they graduate, they will get a job in the IR or HR field. The reason like this, when in the university, they study labor law. We just practice real labor law. We bring the labor expert come and teach them. We also practice, we got a mock labor court. They can practice there. And at the same time, quality bug. So all the terms that use in industry, they already learn. So that's one thing. I can tell that during the university time, please provide a mechanism for them to practice, and then immediately they will. I share one example. One of my finalist student, he organized a forum, actually small forum, but he brought a key person from all of the country, big people, even from ASEAN countries. He have no money. He come back to me, Prof, I have no money to organize. I said, you do yourself. I don't give any advice for you. Can you do that or not? Yes, Prof. So what he did, you go out, you work with some industry people, you get a sponsorship. You get all the sponsorship and clear, everything clear. So everything done. And after that, even the media come and do it. Today is the immediately come to the industry, you got a job. You already got as assistant manager. Now you go for the police, higher level police, because you like to be police. So it's only one case. Another my student also like that. He did a final year project. I asked one thing. Your background is what? Sir, I'm background from the plantation sector. I got small holders. Okay, all right. Why not you do something on the plantation sector? Labor relation in the, okay, he did. He immediately come back. Now as a manager, he earning about 10,000. He married, have a nice life. So you understand now, what you teach in the class must be applicable to this. But I come back to your question for now, COVID-19. So we have Talent Corp. I don't know whether you know. Talent Corp is actually one institution under the Ministry of Human Resource. Talent Corp come with a one program they call Kesa Siswa. In Malay, they call Kesa. In English, we call Story of the Graduate. All right. So what they do is actually they hire all the mentors, coaching them. The mentors, like people like me from industry, volunteer, no money, nothing. So they gather the information. The student apply to that bank, the bank of the graduates, and then they assign to me. Like I got 3 students assigned to me, and I do 3 sections with them. You know the good news, Dr. Dilip?
Yeah.
After 3 sections, my job, not giving job, I advise them what to do. Example, I ask my student, do you have a social media, LinkedIn? No, sir. I got, sir. How you look at? Okay, she told me, and then I reframe work. Okay, and then after that, I only advise. And yesterday she sent a message, Prof, I already got industrial training with one of the big company here. I said, thank you very much. So you see, you no need to give job, you advise them what to do. So I said, you go to LinkedIn. I would like to advise all the academic here, go to LinkedIn. You go in, LinkedIn is the best platform for the academic and also industry. A lot of HR manager, I told my student, you see under me, many HR people under me. You communicate with them. You introduce yourself. I'm Professor Bala student. So immediately they start. So that's what the best social media as far as concerned. Facebook, just for fun only. You introduce yourself. But the most, actually the best LinkedIn. So these are the Talent Corp doing now, voluntarily based. A lot of industry people come volunteer and do that. Maybe you can do India also. You can provide advice to them. They have got academic. They only got degree, everything, but they need advice from you. How to get a job, where to get a job, how to change. So I say, personal branding. Can you change yourself or not? Personal branding. What means, sir? Personal branding yourself. How you going to branding yourself to get a job? That's my advice. And some of them, mostly my student engineering. I got engineering. No, not my student, from other universities. So they're very exciting. You know, we just like friendship. You know, talk to them. They'll come back. This is what we do now lah, at this moment.
Thank you. We'll move to the next question. What are the professional skills the students should acquire to get employment in M.Sc after this post-COVID-19?
Okay, for M.Sc, it's no problem because M.Sc, they were all the proper guideline, proper recruitment policies, everything very clear. So M.Sc at the moment, I think they are not suffering as compared to the SME. Okay, a skill, very basic skill. To me, is the basic skill, not your degree. How you talk to people, how you communicate people. Like today, see, you and me only talk through Dr. Ganesan, am I right? The Ganesan third party come talk to you, and we only talking like already long time. And today, you see, so why we can, because you also humble person, I also humble person. I don't bring my professorship. Wow, I'm the professor, then I brought everything. No, I low down myself. We work together and things happen. Am I right? So
yes.
This kind of communication problem, you have to communicate. Okay, from India and Malaysia, totally different culture. Am I right?
Yes.
Tamil Nadu, Indians, we speak Tamil, right?
Yeah.
But we also speak Tamil. But there's difference between you and me. That's how the gap to conciliate it. From Singapore, you can compare to Malaysian. They are different. They eat different food. Am I right? The way speaking, la, you know la? You go to Singapore, they pay la. You come la, you go la. So you see different. But the Chinese from China is different. So consolidate everything. We speak same language, but why I'm asking one question, Dr. Dilip, why your student cannot come do your industrial training in Malaysia or in Singapore, in Korea? Why they cannot do? Can do, but they don't know what to do. Go and explore themselves. You look at a student from Europe. I got one student from doing masters. She from fly over because I know the professor from Holland, and she come and talk to, after I give a lecture to that university. After finish, she come to me, Prof, can I come do a master's under you? Join masters. And then at the same time, I want to visit your country. And it's own money. I say, I have no fund, nothing money, no problem. I'll come my own. She's a top student, finishing master, but she traveled all over Asia. Why not? We can do. So you have to go to the multinational company, like your student can communicate. Use the tools, use the LinkedIn, talk to them, your CV, everything. So very easy. Actually, the world is actually in front of you now. It's up to you.
So as you have rightly said, having like a faculty exchange program, a student exchange program alone will take us to another level. And as you told, connecting with the industries, connecting with other universities across the nation, across the globe, is need of the hour. As you
another issue, Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor, another issue. When you do industrial training, make sure the student get a job in that particular place.
Industry itself.
And then the social skill will change them, not what they do. Actually, their way of communicating with the. So this is, I think, something that we have to learn.
Even after the completion of my MBA program, I did one of my professional global logistics program in Malaysia.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yes. See, the opportunity is there, but you would only go and explore things happening.
Professor, and the next question is, what will be the challenges of HR in the post-COVID-19?
Okay, I already mentioned everything in my slide.
But
okay,
so in a nutshell, you can
simple. The HR role is changed. Not the tradition HR role like recruitment, selection, training is beyond how integrated everything in together. Today, HR cannot work isolated by themselves. They have to work with all the team together. Like I say, finance department, marketing, account, all work together, logistic, and then get the info and advise the CEO nicely. And many, I went to India a few times. I got an award from the Mumbai last time, HR Global HR Award. And that particular time, I saw many CEO from India, all the big Tata, all the BB company actually come from HR director. So what do you mean that? It means that HR is a play a role. They are all directors of company because they know A to Z. Okay, even the doctors actually recruit by the HR people. So engineers, so scientists by HR. So HR actually play a key role in the company, very, very important role. And this course will be evaluated. So please, Dr. Dilly, introduce Master HR. I can give lecture to you. I can give you your flying lecturer.
Yeah.
No need to go there. You can teach from here. You start introduce the course. Because HR cannot separate. HR only will go when the world is end. Am I right?
Yeah.
When there's no workers, there's no employer, that's it. But it won't happen. The world will be there. So as long as the world there, HR be there. And also the workers be there. That's my conclusion.
Already we have added you in our visiting faculty panel, so need not worry on it. We'll be getting the essence of all your knowledge for our fellow students.
No. I just not only me, everybody in this one, we
course,
can work together.
We have Dr. Nadrajan also, who is going to join with us very soon, probably next week.
Okay. All right.
The next question, Professor, is there on what basis these employees will be assessed?
Okay, last time the employee only access one party to another party, am I right? But today they got 360 assessment by the employee. I believe like this, when you as a boss, okay, I share one of the experience from myself. I've been boss also. I'm not just academic. I also been there. I just temporarily I've been there. When I evaluate people, I don't go to the emotion side. I don't go to see race. I don't go see whether male or female. I don't go see anything. I only see the job you have done. But the final is come from me. I have to decide whether what I want to give. So you look at their performance by themselves. Are they perform or not? Are they follow the instruction? Are they giving idea to you? Are they, all this you must know. And then you give. And then you also can get feedback from the industry, from the customer. Like ourselves, customer from student. Student can evaluate you, but all these actually combination of the assessment. Okay, not only one assessment, but the most important, don't have biasness in yourself. You bringing all the, I talk about that. If you're a religious person, then you know what to do. Because God is fair, am I right? God give a rain to the bad people. God also giving to the, and then say COVID-19. Actually, the disaster, actually environment. God just protect the environment. Bring the COVID-19, everything clean, right? So it's like that, you cannot favorism on this. When evaluate based on the what they achieve, achievement by, that's why I said PLWS, productivity linked wage system. Your wages will increase based on your KPI achievement. So you put a KPI, like yourself, you got the article to publish. Let's say you publish Scopus, ISI, you give more marks to him or to her, or you get a grant for internet grant, or you get a book published. Let's say we both work and UMK and your college published together one book. Yeah. Like you said, Education 4.0 IR, I don't know, whatever, or HR. So that credit goes to you. You bring the net. So you have to be very fair, and also fairness very important. And then you must justify to make someone. Jadi promote people. Don't keep yourself. When somebody at that level, you promote them. That's what I believe. And you work hard. So don't wait for the people will order you. Just work hard. Because human beings are all weak. Am I right? As a human, we are very weak. We are weak animal. You say that. Yeah, because again, we have jealousy, self-initiatives. We have emotion, we have this, but don't bringing harmonies in the workplace. When you promote someone, God also promote you. That's what I believe. So all my promotion, doctor, I never apply. It's a true. I'm not telling lies. I never apply. All people come and approach me, I apply. That's all. I never apply. I never go and in Malay called bodek. Bodek means you go and close to your boss. You get don't know Tamil. I don't know what to call.
Keep icing
yes,
head,
but in Malay they call bodek. I don't do that. Sorry, I'm not that kind of person. I just work. The promotion come to you. So I got my professorship at age 45. I joined my academic 30 at very late. You join very fast. I got a PhD at the age 30. I got PhD at the age of 41. I got a professor at 45. But remember, before that, I travel all over the world. I've been all over, I go by myself. I spend a lot of money, quite expensive. I spend first. I go and meet people in America. I meet people in Philippines. All my forefathers, advisors, is actually top professor in the world. And some of them pass away. These people, my mentors, I met them around the world, and they are like our friends. So you need to do like that. Don't just simply stay in the one room. No, like that. You have to network. So appraisal must be very fair.
What are the steps to take future HR through ICT?
Oh, okay. Today the world is become ICT, digital world.
Yeah.
So you can evaluate people in different ways. You know, you don't need to face to face. You can see them working from home, working outside the office, inside the office, and many things. So you can evaluate people in any angle. You can do that. So for me, it's very easy. Next is a 4.0 IR, very easy. Academic education totally changed post-COVID. That's what I believe. 4.0 IR will be in place, not only in academic, also in the business, in many things. So many jobs will no more exist in the current time, but new job will created. You know, they're called gig job, gig like Grab, Grab, Uber, many things like that, Food Panda, and so on.
And the next question is, how do I become a HR? Why is this too hard to get a HR job? What are the special qualities needed? Maybe from a student discussion.
Okay. Of course, if you can, you get a degree in a human resource. That's the best way, lah. All right. But many HR people in the industry, they not have a background in HR, but they have a background on the good social skill. All right. Sometimes engineer cannot be HR. Engineer only know how to handle the engines, okay, machines. They cannot handle them human being. Sometimes English people, I saw some of the English medium people, the language teacher, be HR. So to be HR, of course, you need to have a patient person, a person like to talk to people, listen to the people's problem. You are become like mentor, you become like coach, you are listening to the problem people, you are welcoming all the problem integrated. That you can be a good HR. Otherwise, sorry, don't go to this profession. But it's a very interesting job. I didn't go to the practical side, but I do a lot of research in the industry. I do research with my student. My PhD student, mostly from industry background. They all come from different background, and they are sharing the knowledge, and it's very interesting. I also got senior student, 68 years old. He's a well experienced people in industry from various but when come to study, everybody sharing knowledge. So to be a good HR, you must have the solid soft skill that you need to listen to others' problem. Then problem solved. And you giving the right fairness, don't bias, fairness, justice to the people.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for a wonderful session and the nice handling of this Q&A session also. I request dear participants, there is an announcement. You can check the feedback link which was posted over there on the chat box. So you can make use of that link and you can leave your feedback, which will facilitate you to receive the certificate. And your certificates will be done within 1 or 2 days. So please be patient and be there in the WhatsApp group. After you can receive the certificate, you can leave the WhatsApp group. Until then, you please be stay in the WhatsApp group, so that because we can't able to send it in mail, because on a daily basis, only for 500 persons only we can send a mail. So this is what Gmail is allowing. So we ask you to kindly be on the WhatsApp group. Once you have received your certificate, you are in a position to leave the WhatsApp group. So thank you for all your support and cooperation. I request Professor Mrs. Sangeeta Sudha for the vote of thanks.
A very pleasant good evening to all. It gives me the immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks at the outside. I would like to thank Dr. BALAKRISHNAN PARASURAMAN, Professor of HRM and Industrial Relation from Universiti Malaysia, Kelantan, Malaysia, for his nice, wonderful presentation, as well as for the highly information session, which is the need of the hour. The training role of the HR is the current scenario where every employees of all the organization facing it. But the topic which was given today was really nice, because the professor was very great and very thought-provoking also. Thank you, Professor. It is indeed a great privilege for me to thank beloved Secretary of the institution of Mr. GJASC sir, who granted permission to conduct this program. I would like to thank for beloved Principal Dr. Malarkudi ma'am, who is always there is the pillar of support and motivating factor for all our endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. It is the indeed privilege to thank our IQC coordinator and the program coordinator, of the today's international webinar and the changing role of HR in the age of COVID-19, Mr. Dilipan Kumar sir, tireless support and making the program and grand success. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank Mrs. D. Dhanalakshmi ma'am and Mr. Sendil Ganesh, the Assistant Professor of Business Administration, as well as the Assistant Coordinator of the program for this support, bring this program in a great way. I would also thank all the other professors, both from our own institution as well as from outside institution, and students, friends for active participation in this program. With all your support, we made this program and grand success. Last but not least, I would also thank to Lord Almighty who has served the blessing upon us. Thank you once again. Thank you one and all, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Professor Sangeeta Sudha, for the nice vote of thanks, and Professor BALAKRISHNAN sir. We would like to stay tuned with you in the future endeavors also. So keep supporting our institution. So as I said earlier, we have added you in our visiting faculty panel also. So for the faculty development program, as well as for the research collaboration, and more for the development of the students in terms of academics, as well as in their outlook. We request you to render your services for us in the days to come. So with this, we can end the meeting. I hope so. Thank you very much. With the folded hand, I thank you. I thank you very much.
Final words. Thank you very much for all, especially Dr. Dilip and Dr. Malakuri and Dr. Sangeeta and all the participants. I hope that whatever I said, don't take it personal, but take it as a sharing section. I hope maybe go back to your institution and talk to your students, also talk to your industry and talk to your leaders. And also on behalf of my Vice Chancellor, Prof. Azizi, and also my Dean, Professor Dr. Roslina, and all my top management, I would like to thanks and to the faculty members, especially Dr. Malakuri and Dr. Dilip. Dr. Dilip done a very good job. I think you are very excellent. Whether I saw you're very young, I started like your age, 30 years old. I hope within 10 years you can be a super professor because you got energy. I don't have energy now. I'm getting to retire soon. But when you're young, you have to work very hard and do your best. So I think I had another two my friends also coming soon to do this. So this is a good network. I think I hope we pray each other so that our institution will be blessed by God.
We have four more Malaysian professor who is going to join with us.
Okay. Oh, four. Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
One is from the Department of English. We have made one professor, that is Dr. Ganeshan. We probably know it, Dr. Ganeshan. And second, for the Department of Tamil, we have one other Professor Maniarasan. Maybe you might not know him, I think. So he's from the teacher education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Dr. Nadrajan from the School of Value Education. And one is, I forgot his name, but I was stored in my mobile phone. So we have four more Malaysian professors who are going to join with us for the international webinars.
Keep update to me. Maybe I come and join.
Of course. I'll send you. I'll keep updating you. Thank you, Professor, again.
Thank you very much.
Principal ma'am, for anything that you need to share.
Sir, this session was very awesome. That means during this panic situation, all are worrying about that. What will happen to the role of HR, etc. But you are giving it in the positive way, and you have seen everything in an optimistic way. Now all have some hope that who are worrying about their own children's job opportunities and our students' job opportunities. You are in an optimistic way. We are having some hope. That means it is only a temporary change. Definitely, it is a loss of income only, and it is not a loss of job. And I think so. Definitely, it created some.
Okay. Thank you.
Hope among the minds of all the participants, I think. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your nice lecture.
Thank you.
Okay. Right.
When you're coming India, we welcome you to visit our institution.
Okay. Actually, I just share with you. I don't have any. I have contact all over the world, but India always have put the last to contact. But when I come to my last service, I think I must go back to my root where I come from. So I'm very glad to share. I already got contact with the Tamil Nadu University. Probably I will come. I never been to India, only for visit, but never any communicate. I'm very happy that to see all of you again. Maybe one day we visit each other, and you maybe come here, just visit us, and maybe you can bring your student also next time, huh?
Course,
so exchange students, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe I also bring my student to go there.
Yeah,
to visit
yes.
after post-COVID, not now.
Yes. Missing the places of KL, Genting Island, and all those places.
yeah.
Thank you, Professor. We'll end this meeting. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
So kind of you. Thank you.
Okay.